Hello, today is January 24th, 2025, and I'm reading from Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle Guidebook, published by LON. Three cards that I came up with today is number 8, Alchemy, which is the frequency of activating our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allows us true alchemy, which is the performance of miracles and transmutation. Card number 8, Alchemy, represents the past. Second card I pulled is 42, Tantric Journey. The Tantric Journey is the frequency of helping us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with others. And that represents the present. And finally, the third card, number 20, Discernment. And discernment is the frequency of supporting our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So now that we've pulled out three cards, 8, 42, and 20, let's read a little bit more about alchemy, tantric journey, and discernment. Alchemy usually refers to the process of transforming matter, particularly from metal, into gold. In a more esoteric sense, alchemy has been associated with magical transformation that has to do with longevity. Magic is a real thing that we allow ourselves to believe, whether we aim to transform metal into gold or wish to find the secret to life itself, the immortality of the soul. When we access the mysterious, subtle, and often undefined parts of ourselves that light us up, we get a taste of real magic. Love is one of the greatest, most mysterious, and magical energies in the universe. And when we love, it comes from us, and we open our hearts to welcome it in. True alchemy can work its magic on every aspect of our being. In tantric traditions, it is believed that when two people merge through not only their physical bodies, but with all the energetic aspects of themselves aligned as well, they can reach a state of consciousness that has powerful rejuvenating effects and can even open the door to immortality. These heightened states of consciousness can also be achieved by a single individual. The key, either way, is the intentional, directed, and deep state of love that merges all dualistic aspects, the masculine and the feminine, with others and ultimately within ourselves. The alchemy image shows how one becomes two, or is it the other way around? From the center source, spin, the two aspects of the masculine, which is the left circle within the upward triangle, and the feminine, or the right circle, with the downward triangle, representing the dualistic world of the physical plane. The bright orange represents the color of our sacral chakra, which is linked to our sexuality, our connection with others, and its freeing effect of the body and mind. The purple and violet represent our connection to the higher realms and source, or God, indicating that our consciousness is as much part of the merging as of our physical bodies are. The large triangles refer to the union between masculine and feminine, where the upward triangle represents the masculine and the downward one the feminine. The number 6 circles light sources represent harmony, love, and balance. And this is a beautiful geometric representation of the merging of masculine and feminine aspects, with source being at the center, allowing attainment of a higher sense of self and connection with God. In other words, magic. If you're listening to this and alchemy is relevant in your life today, try this. Take a moment to go inside yourself and remember who you are. Remember that you hold within you all the secrets of unlimited potential and infinite existence. Do you know that you are magical? That you can perform magical manifestations? You are a great sorcerer, so practice your magic often. Some keywords that stood out to me when I first read this passage included transformation, ancient knowledge, and magic. And the process of transferring matter, such as metal, into something magical like gold of high value is something that we can all take with us. In our life's journey, we should all be working to try and achieve a higher sense of self and operate from a higher place, our best selves. And being that that was representing our past, I'm wondering, if you're an American, is this representing the past of our society? Given everything that's happened this week, it does not seem that as a society we are doing our best to work to unify together through God to achieve our higher selves. But maybe there's a lesson that we can find by revisiting our past ancient knowledge and rediscovering that for our present. Okay, so now let's move on to the present with that said. And this is, again, card 42. 4 times 2 is 8. So there is definitely a connection there. Card 42 I've never read before, so I'm reading it for the first time on this day, January 24th, 2025. And it is called Tantric Journey. The frequency of the Tantric Journey, again, helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences within ourselves and with others. And given that this is year 2025, represents the number 9, which comes after 8, which is the number of completion. And many, for people that I follow, spiritual gurus and alchemists, magicians, sorcerers, people who are highly connected to the Most High, says that this is the year of completion and that we have fully entered the age of Aquarius. So let's see what the Tantric Journey is revealing to us about where we currently are. The journey into Tantra is about expansion of consciousness. The word Tantu can be translated as that which goes on expanding. It primarily uses the senses as a pathway forward, focusing the mind and ultimately letting go of that mind to reach a state of internal openness. Through sexual sensuation, one of the most powerful sensations humans can experience, we can achieve a state of union within ourselves and with another. As spiritual beings in a corporeal vehicle, we can access our multidimensional nature through our physical body, letting our senses guide us into a vast universe that lies right beneath our skins. The tantric journey, imagine, shows the intersecting triangle as a reference to the union between the masculine and feminine, and the downward triangle, the feminine. The purple represents the conscious source. The petals in the orange center represent the second chakra, the seat of our sexual expression, as well as our emotions and creativity. The swirling circles, the one in the center and the larger ones in the background, represent part of our origin that is off planet. The blue is associated with clear expression of truth. The Sri Yantra is visible in the center as a representation of integration that takes place through union. Squares represent the form basis world that we experience as spiritual beings in a physical body. So, I think that for me, what I'm getting out of this, understanding this energy more and how it relates to the present, is that in completion, the union between the feminine and the masculine is achieved. Perhaps how that relates to current state of society in the world is that it's difficult to maybe merge those two things. There's a challenge in doing so, and it takes the coming together of two beings through a higher power to experience something different and to come to a new state of being complete and whole. Maybe that means having to let go of an old state that was comfortable and easy. But without pain, there is no reward. And this card symbolizes that the merging of the masculine and feminine requires elevation. It requires reconnection with ancient selves that are beyond this realm. So there might even have to be some re-entry into new spaces that are beyond the physical world that we are currently in order to achieve this union. But that in the end, after all the work and the merging and the coming together, is the most divine and high experience of union that can come about. And I do hope that through the difficulties, we will arrive at a better place. And if that resonated at all for you, you can try this. Put on some music that you like, stand up and close your eyes. Now slowly start moving your body. Just let it flow and move any way that feels good. Don't think or judge, just feel the flow. Remember that you can bring this flow into your daily life, whether you are walking through the grocery store or just sitting in traffic. The flow is available at any time, and all you have to do is connect to it. It's interesting. And that word flow pops out for me. Maybe part of the process of reaching a higher state of self and coming combined and into part of a new union is to not resist. Just go with that flow. flow. The less you resist, the easier it becomes. And for our future, we got discernment, card number 20. And interestingly enough, 42 and the number 8 all have a derivative of 2. And the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment or objectivity, yet with compassion and wisdom. Discernment can be described as the ability to perceive or judge well. Now that we are moving into a multidimensional reality, we are invited to see polarity and duality with new eyes. Living in multidimensionality is about experiencing polarity with discernment, being in balance with it, and moving in harmony with it. Discernment has to do with inner guide, the higher part of us that is closely connected to Source and can look at things from the perspective of wisdom, maturity, experience, integrity, compassion, and purpose. It is about being in witness mode, being aware without attachment to outcome or direction. And in this activation, the color blue is representative of our ability to communicate clearly. It is considered to be the color of truth. The color green in those outer rings is associated with the heart and with healing. Conceptually, circles stand for everything and nothing at all, balance and infinity, purity and freedom. The 3 circles of discernment are contained by one larger one, indicating that unity and cohesion inside the center of consciousness. 3 is a catalytic number that stands for an energy that speeds up or creates a reaction between unrelated things without unnecessary change itself. So these spirals are like ongoing circles, but they never close, symbolizing that life never repeats the same cycle twice. And this is the way that the universe life force ensures ongoing growth and evolution. So for me, what I take from this is that unity is another important theme here. And with wisdom, unity may become a little easier because discernment helps us to judge through experienced eyes and to use our experience in multidimensional ways to look at the same thing and see it from different angles. It also shows, again, the coming together of the masculine and the feminine. And having that happen with consciousness to create a more holistic picture that is more complete the more times that union happens. So perhaps in the future, from our tantric journey, we can leverage our alchemy in new ways to have better discernment or wisdom from which to come out of this next union. And if this did indeed resonate with you, you can try this. Take a moment and go inside to see how you feel. Are you centered? How do you view the world and others around you? Are you kind with your words and your actions? Do you trust your own perceptions, or are you easily swayed by others' input? Are you observing and listening to others without giving your opinion? I guess with wisdom comes maybe some objectivity. And I think that detachment allows us to see situations without necessarily relating it to ourselves personally, which is wise because we can see it not from only our vantage point, but from the vantage points of many other situations, giving us a more holistic view of how a situation or phenomenon may show up in different ways for different people. Anyway, I feel like this reading was really helpful for me because I have been really enraged about what's happened, the election and all the changes. But I think that what I have learned is that I still have my magic and I can still achieve the highest senses of enjoyment in life even today. And with a little discernment, I can take the current difficult experiences and see them through a new fresh lens with wisdom that will give me new lessons and a new way to understand a situation from different vantage points, which helps me to cope in the future and also to be more connected to Source. And ultimately, that's what I hope to achieve. I want to be more godlike because that is magic, that is kind, and that is wholesome.